You know, I really appreciate the game's attempt to highlight ethnicities in-game, but I'm sure they've overdone it. I swear to God, every soldier has one anglicised name and then a Hispanic twang. Like, look at this, Edwin Serrano. That one just reminds me of Ramon Serrano, which, let me tell you, is the bomb of all hams. Luis Gutierrez, Robert Pacheco, Guillermo Williams. There's no one on this earth called Guillermo Williams. I refuse to believe that. Paul Carrillo, Adam Garcia, Ronald Garcia. I assume not related, because, well, let's face it, they don't look as though they share similar parents. Javier Parks. God, look, it just continues. William Rodriguez, Joshua Vega, Humberto Gibson. Nah, that's not a real name. There's no one called that. But you know what is a real anglicised name? Robert Bloody Wright. Now that there is a proper English name. How are you all doing, humans of the world? It's your boy MajorMcDonalds, or Unadjectivable here, and you're watching another Enlisted Tips and Tricks video. This is of course the series where I chat pure bollocks at you for about 30 minutes about a topic I pretend to have knowledge in, and in this one I'll be going in depth about silver orders. This video will include what they are, how to see them, how to get them, how to use them, what you should use them on, and my opinions of what to spend them on for maximum efficiency. So we will cover a lot here, both for new players and pro players who may not know a few of the niches that I'll mention here. I will timestamp all sections on the video for you so you can skip to relevant sections if you're only interested in one area, but all sections should increase your knowledge of the game. The objective of this video is that it should help you, yes you, I'm breaking the fourth wall here, so don't you dare ignore me, not waste silver orders and make you feel more comfortable with using them in game. Anyway, as always, let's begin. So, with the new recent updates to soldier and weapon progressions, silver orders are what you need to buy new weapons and new soldiers from the logistics tab at the top of the screen. You want new weapons to give to your other troops in the squads you're currently using, and you want new soldiers in order to equip those weapons and to deck out your squads with more troops. So if one troop falls, you have others to pick up from where that guy left off. Having multiple soldiers in one squad to control is one of the major selling points of the entire game, and you definitely want to get as many as you're allowed. Remember that each campaign and each faction, Axis or Allies, has completely different soldiers and weapons, so if you buy a soldier or weapon in the Normandy campaign for the Allies, then that soldier or weapon will only be available in Normandy for the Allies. However, all order types, bronze, silver and gold, are universal, so they can say be earned by playing in the Moscow campaign for the Axis, but say spent in the Tunisia campaign for the Allies. With the recent change, silver orders can be earned from getting experience in game, like bronze orders can. Every 25,000 XP you will get a silver weapon order, and every 50,000 XP you will get a silver order for a weapon and a troop. Note that XP gains stack, so if you earn, say, 30,000 XP in one game, you will get a silver weapon order and have contributed an extra 5,000 XP towards the 50,000 XP rewards, so you only need an extra 20,000 XP to get a silver weapon and troop order. Also note that this repeats, so at 75,000 XP you get a silver weapon order, at 100,000 XP you get a silver weapon and troop order, and so on. These XP requirements are also universal, so you can get your, say, 30,000 XP in Berlin Allies and then switch to Normandy Axis to get the 20,000 extra XP you need for a silver weapon and troop order. This new method of getting silver orders is crucial, and if you play well in games, no matter what items you currently have, you will get silver orders very quickly. I pretty much get a silver order every single battle I participate in, sometimes more, so if you watch my How to Improve series on my channel, you will be able to learn strategies and techniques to gain silver orders really quickly. So watch it. Go on. Do it. Do it. In addition to being given silver orders from battle XP, you can also get them from the battle pass, i.e. completing 3 tasks to get a reward, and sometimes that reward is 1 silver order or multiple. You also can get gold and bronze orders from this too. Remember to do your weekly tasks as well, as they instantly give you 3 stars and access to the next reward. Similarly, you can get silver orders from achievements, which is absolutely crucial to new players. Once you've redeemed an achievement, then that achievement is gone, you can only redeem it once, but some of the tasks are really easy to do early on. Once again, you also can get bronze and gold orders from here as well. In order to check how many orders you have, at the top right of your screen on the soldiers menu on the homepage when you log in, you will see numbers. The first number is for enlisted gold, the currency used to buy premium squads, squad slots in game and more, but it's irrelevant for this video. The second number refers to your weapon orders and adds all the bronze, silver and gold orders you have to get that total number. The third number refers to your troop orders with a similarly calculated total. The fourth number refers to your gold vehicle orders and other special event rewards like Twitch drops drops and in-game event reward tokens, but these are also irrelevant for this video. Hovering over the second and third numbers will give you the breakdown of what kinds of orders you have within each category, and if you go to the logistics tab, it separates them out for you anyway. Furthermore, if you go back to the top right of your screen and you go all the way to the right, you will also see the subscribe button. It also appears just below the video, and if you haven't hit it yet, if you could now, I'll give you 5 silver orders. Can I do that? Can I just claim that? It's completely impossible for me to give you them, in actual fact, but maybe the Enlisted gods will just reward you for silver orders for subscribing. I mean, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, so subscribe. For silver troop orders, click on the campaign and faction you want to buy soldiers for, and head to the logistics tab. Here, click on Troops Reinforcement. The Battle Pass Unique Soldiers section is where you spend gold troop orders, and if you scroll down further, you'll see premium squad sections, but for silver troop orders, you only spend them in this Troop Reinforcement section. Here you will have the list of all troop types you can buy. Anything coloured in is something you have unlocked via the campaign from battle experience and you can buy now, and anything greyed out are things you haven't unlocked yet and you need the corresponding campaign level to get access to it. If you are unsure of the level you need, it says it in the bottom right corner of each panel. The green exclamation mark is indicating that this is something new you have unlocked and have not bought yet, and you can remove it by clicking on it and cancelling it, if it's annoying, which to me it really is. All soldiers currently cost 1 silver order only, no matter if they are troop types 2 or 3, which are the same as troop type 1s, but with better perk points in order to access better troop perks when you level them up and rank up each individual troop. What they appear as on this screen will vary depending on what squad they are used in. For example, an engineer won't always have the uniform displayed here if he's used in, say, the assaulter squadron, for example. The troop names, appearances, and perk points are randomized upon purchasing a soldier, but if you don't like them, you can change them up with call sign orders and appearance orders. The perk points, however, cannot be changed, and whatever he ends up with is what he ends up with, and may influence whether that troop will have the maximum perk points or not. I'll attach a link to an Excel document in the description, where if you go to the perk growth tab, you can see what is the range of perk points per troop rank that your soldier of each type can get. Bit of a mouthful, but hopefully that makes sense. You always want the high end, so if you obtain a soldier that has the highest available perks in each of the 3 categories for his rank, he's a god. It's rare you will get a soldier with perfectly rolled perk points, but soldiers with 1, 2 or sometimes 3 missing off the maximum are also worth keeping and using on your squads. Avoid buying more troops than you need to fill out soldiers unless they have absolutely diabolical perk points, because you will need the silver orders later to unlock later troop types and troops in other campaigns. You get enough silver orders now due to the experience requirements that it's okay if you waste a few, as you get them back soon enough, but obviously be sensible about it to ease your own sanity, really. For silver weapon orders, on the homepage of the logistics screen, click on Weapon Delivery to see all of the categories of weapons you can get, or Equipment Delivery to see other important items you can give your troops. The Battle Pass Unique Weapons section is once again for gold weapon orders if you have any. We'll begin in Equipment Delivery. Some items here cost bronze orders, some silver. Anything with bronze will be easy to obtain just from playing battles, as you get many more of these in silver orders. For silver orders, you can obtain an axe, which can replace the knife all soldiers have by default and does more damage than a knife, usually a one-hit kill. You can also obtain standard hand grenade, an explosive pack, and molotovs. Each may have different names in each campaign, to put into the grenade slot in the troop loadout menus. Smoke grenades for some reason cost 1 bronze order, which makes little sense when all the others cost silver, but we move. 2 different types of mines, anti-tank and anti-personnel, are also here but cost 2 silver orders each. And then lastly, you see bags which can be put into the backpack slot in the troop loadout screen to give you extra perks. For example, a large backpack gives 3 extra spaces for med packs, which you can also buy on this screen. On the troop loadout page, a large grenade pouch gives an extra 2 grenade spaces in the troop loadout, and large ammo pouches give you plus 100% ammo for your weapons on each soldier. There are also normal/small bags for bronze orders here too, which have the same effect but smaller than the large bags of the same type. For example, a small backpack only gives 1 extra medpack space rather than 3, and you can check all of the differences here by clicking on the item and clicking more detail to find out exactly what they do. Note also, some of these equipment items require you to unlock a level before you can buy them, like troop orders do, but you will have all of them unlocked by level 18 on every campaign here. I should also mention that the large backpack is so large that it also includes the subscribe button. It just appears everywhere. I'm not doing it, I swear. In weapon delivery, you see 4 new sections which categorize the weapons you can obtain. Pistols refer to what you can place in the sidearm slot on the troop loadout screens, which you must also have unlocked for each troop type. Assault weapons refer to what your assaulter troop types can use for primary and or secondary weapons, depending on whether you choose to unlock secondary weapons over backpacks in the upgrade screen. Note that tankers and pilots can equip assaulter weapons too. Heavy weapons contains key weapons only available to specific troop types. For example, flamethrowers for flame troopers. Jesus Christ, that was a mouthful. Anti-tank rifles for AT gunner troops, machine guns for gunner troops, mortars for mortar men, etc. They have the icon in the corner of each panel showing which troop type is allowed to equip it. And if you're still unsure, then check the campaign screen to see who can hold what. Remember that all troop numbers, i.e. troop type 1, 2 and 3, can all hold the same types of weapons. For example, you can put an M2 flamethrower on a flamethrower 1 troop type, even though you unlock it for the flamethrower 2 troop type in Normandy Allies. The rifles panel shows the weapons that riflemen, snipers, engineers, AT gunners, radio men and flame troopers have as their main primary weapons. Anything with a scope icon is what only snipers can equip, but the 1 bullet or 3 bullet icons are weapons that any of the other troops I mentioned can use. The 1 bullet means it's a bolt action, and 3 bullets means it's got a semi-automatic functionality, and sometimes fully automatic functionality, which you tend to unlock later in the campaigns. Note that for weapons with grenade throwers or launchers, you do not need to buy grenades for them in the equipment panel. These throwers and launchers come with their own 3 grenades each. Once again, note that weapons require certain levels in the corresponding campaign before you can buy them. Note that all of these screens will look slightly different depending on which faction and campaign you are playing, with different names and appearances for different items, but all soldier, weapon and equipment items will cost the same across any campaign. In addition, note that in all of the screens, the weapons and soldiers you unlock later in each campaign are further towards the right and the bottom of the screens, so you can see them in order and read it as if you're reading a book. This also tends to mean that, as the later unlocked weapons and soldiers in each campaign tend to be better weapons and soldiers, that these weapons and soldiers are also in order of how good they are. But take that with a pinch of salt, as some weapons and soldier types have very minimal differences between them, and because of the stars of each weapon and the rank of each soldier is randomized. Sometimes an older weapon for an older troop may be better than newer ones. Do research and look at the more detailed tabs to see specifics, and once again, you can remove that dastardly green exclamation mark sign that is so annoying, which is probably the best thing you can do in this entire logistics menu, to be honest. Now that you know what silver orders are, how they are broken down, what they do and how to use them, how should you best spend them? As mentioned before, they can roll in slowly as you play the game, so you want to try and maximise efficiency of them. I'll divide this section into 2, how best to spend silver troop orders and how best to spend silver weapon orders. But note that different players will tell you different things, so it's best to understand your own playstyle and spend things that would help that. For example, do you prefer standing far away from the action and sniping? You probably then want to prioritise sniper troops and sniper weapons, but perhaps you might also need engineer weapons and troops to give you extra ammo. Maybe you need a radio man troop and weapons to fire on them with artillery from far once you've identified them with a sniper. Instead, do you prefer to run in and gun? Prioritise assaulter troops and weapons, with perhaps a lot of grenades, mines and med packs, so if you get downed, you can use them, or if you just chuck in loads of grenades into a small area at once, that probably will do a lot of damage. Once you know what you want, spend orders on these areas and you will never be inefficient. If you change your playstyle or want to use different squads at some point after spending orders on previous preferences you had, that's fine. You will earn enough silver orders to deck your new favourite squads out too, but keep in mind that this may not be instant if you spend too many silver orders on silly things. Hopefully this makes sense, but now I will go through my preferences in case you like to play like I do, which you can watch in numerous other videos I have on my channel. Hint hint, go check them out. Come on, you'll enjoy yourself. I've even made it easy, as you can click on the white icon at the top right hand of the video and see my entire Enlisted video playlist. Go on, have a click. And while you're there, go and oh no, it's coming again! For troops now. In general, across all campaigns, you should never need to spend silver troop orders on riflemen, whether it be rifleman 1, 2 or 3. You may want rifleman 3 in the late game, but no rifleman early on, because you do get enough from the squads that you unlock through the campaign anyway. You should, however, get just enough soldiers of each special type to deck out your squads, but no more. For example, you will rarely need more than 4 assaulters, 3 gunners, 3 AT gunners, 3 radio men, and 6 engineers, because these amounts reflect the maximum number you can put in their home squads, by which I mean the squads where you initially unlock those troop types. You will only ever need 2 flamethrowers and 2 mortarmen, as you can only use 2 of each in their home squads, and you can't use them in any other squads currently. You never need to buy pilots, as you get all the ones you need for free, unless your default pilot happens to have an awful perk point allocation, then you might want to get a new one. You also rarely need to get new tankers, unless the tank you are using has more slots available than how many troops you are given for free in each squad, but you should be able to move around the troops that you have in these different tanker squads in order to fulfill that quota. Once unlocking the correct amounts of each that you want, you do not need to spend any more silver orders on them. You can decide to spend silver orders on the troop 2 or 3 of that type, but you should only spend orders on the highest numbered troop that you can. For example, in Normandy Allies, you can unlock Assaulter 1s, Assaulter 2s, and Assaulter 3s. If you look at the campaign screen. As I said previously, unlock in the vicinity of 4 Assaulter 1s when you unlock them, as you can use a maximum of 4 in your Assaulter squads when you've completed the blue upgrade tree for that squad. And you can also use a few others in a few other squads, so you can buy a few more for those, but only when you actually need them so you don't waste silver orders. But my recommendation is that you do not unlock any Assaulter 2s, because they are not worth the silver orders, even though you do get one for free. Instead, save them for when you unlock Assaulter 3s, so you have access to the best perk points available, and just use your Assaulter 1s in any new Assaulter squad that you want to use. However, you can only unlock Flamethrower 1s and 2s in Normandy Allies, so feel free to spend silver orders on Flamethrower 2s when you unlock them. As the devs will release new content in the future and new levels, bear in mind they may release things like Flamethrower 3s, but for now, it is more than fine to get Flamethrower 2s because they're the maximum you can get, and then spending the time to level them up in game. Remember that you can mix and match and put any combination of Assaulter 1s, 2s or 3s in any squad slot you have for Assaulter troop types, so there's no rush to get them. Furthermore, there is sometimes no rush because sometimes the perk point differences between Soldier 1s, 2s and 3s are minimal, compounded together with the high possibility not to get maximum rolled troops. Some people may think buying troop 2s and 3s is pointless if you already have rank 5 and level 5 troop 1s with your preferred perks already unlocked on those Assaulter 1s, which is a fair point if you already have access to all the perks you wanted. So if you wanted to play other campaigns and not focus on one, then it might be beneficial to you to not spend silver troop orders all in one campaign and to use them to help you unlock troop 1s in other campaigns as soon as you unlock them. So, to sum up my troop advice quickly, do not buy riflemen until the late game, buy other troop types as and when you need them, i.e. when you unlock slots for them in currently equipped squads, but you should not need too many. You will probably have more assaulters, engineers and machine gunners than any other troop type though, because of how they can be used in most squads. Buy the highest troop number you can of each troop type and do not buy any middle number troop type. Obviously when you have plenty of silver orders, feel free to splash silvers on more soldiers in the hope every soldier gets the maximum perk points he can get, once again referring to that sheet I mentioned earlier. You see, it's easy peasy. Now talking about weapons. In general, across all campaigns, it's better to not spend silver weapon orders on other bolt-action rifles that you unlock, other than your starting one that every other soldier gets, because the others aren't different or better enough to justify spending silver orders on. You can check the stats of a weapons at any time to confirm this, but when you unlock the new weapons, you do get one free version of that weapon, so you can test it for yourself and see if it's different enough for you to warrant spending silver orders on. Obviously, if you love it and it suddenly makes you amazing at the game, then yes, spend your silver orders on that gun to get more of it. If you agree with me that they are very similar, then instead spend them on other special weapons like assault rifles for assaulters, gunners for gunners, anti-tank rifles for AT gunners, etc. Realistically, you should get enough silver orders to do this quite easily, bearing in mind all the ways I mentioned previously to get them, and you don't need many of them either. For example, you only need 2 mortars per campaign per faction, because you can only use 2 mortar men max. You also probably only want fewer than 5 machine guns, fewer than 6 assault rifles, fewer than 4 AT rifles, max 2 flamethrowers, etc., because of the troop type restrictions in each squad. In addition, wait until you unlock the first semi-automatic rifle of each campaign before splashing the silver orders on standard weapons, due to it giving you a substantial power spike for all of your troops. Most people would give you the same advice as this. There isn't really any other need to spend silver orders on other bolt actions or semi-autos other than the first ones you unlock respectively, unless in specific cases you get highly rated guns with, say, automatic firing capabilities, such as the M2 carbine, the FG42-2, the AVS-40, etc. But really, you can do so much damage with things like the M1 Garand, the Gewehr 41 and the SVT-40, as in semi-automatic rifles, to need to worry unless you have plenty of silver orders. It should go without saying, but take pistols last, as you don't need them at all to do well. 99% of the time you will die before you run out of ammo on your primary gun, or you can use an engineer and need to use it, so don't worry about them. If you want to get one, then go ahead, as it may be useful in case you get the battle pass task of, say, kill X number of people with a pistol. You can at least attempt the task as you have a pistol. Some pistols cost 2 and 3 silver orders, which are even less needed by any of your troops, so obviously don't waste them on pistols, you don't need them, and it takes a while to unlock the sidearm slot for your squads anyway in order to put the pistols in the upgrades panel at the top left, so really, you don't need them. In terms of equipment, even though they cost bronze orders, not silver orders, you shouldn't need too many medkits or toolkits, because enough of your soldiers that you are given in new squads by default come with them. But in case you do need more, they're very cheap anyway. A few axes may look cool for your soldiers, but I would not recommend getting them at all in the early game. This is because you have better uses for silver orders, and most, if not all, of your weapons come with bayonets, and bayonets are quicker to use in battle than switching to your melee weapon than hacking and slashing, but also do more damage than knives anyway, so the need for axes really becomes redundant with the introduction of bayonets on majority of rifles. You will, like medkits and toolkits, get a number of grenades for free with your new unlocked squads, but if you're going to buy more, and I do recommend you buy them so at least you get one explosive pack on every soldier, then please only buy explosive packs as they are so much better than grenades. They have a bigger blast radius than standard hand grenades and can also blow up tanks, so they are just more useful. Ignore Molotovs and ignore standard hand grenades as there's so few uses where they'd even be better than an explosive pack that it's just not worth it. Smoke grenades cost only 1 bronze order though, and they can be useful if used well, so get some of those. Like pistols, axes and Molotovs, only get mines if you have too many silver orders and don't know what to do with them. You do not need mines urgently at all, and very few experienced players even use them. They can be useful if used correctly, but they are not important for new players to try and get. Maybe get 1 or 2 of them to test them out in game, and so you have the possibility of using them, but don't splash the cash on them until the late game. Even I don't have mines on any of my troops. Small backpacks, small grenade packs and small ammo pouches cost bronze orders, so definitely go for those in the early game as they will be very useful for your troops and easy to pick up. Once you unlock the large versions of those that cost silver orders in the later levels of each campaign, I'd recommend you go for large ammo pouches first, and probably only. This is because small ammo pouches only give 10% extra ammo, but large ammo pouches give 10 times this bonus, up to 100% extra ammo, which is huge. They are also very important to have for assaulter squads and machine gunners especially, because you just lose your bullets. The firing rate of those weapons is extraordinary, you get the point. They're very, very useful for them. Large backpacks and large grenade pouches only give an extra 2 or 1 slots for medkits or toolkits or grenades respectively, so they aren't worth it as much as the large ammo pouches. Once again, only if you have a lot of spare silver orders should you go for these and not before. So, to sum up my entire weapon advice, do not spend silver orders on other bolt actions and instead spend them on troop type specific weapons like mortars, flamethrowers, MGs and SMGs. Don't keep buying these troop type specific weapons as you unlock new ones, as many are very, very similar, but only when big power spikes come in. Check statistics and my other weapon reviews to know when this happens, but I can give you a few examples such as the DP27, the Browning M1918A2, the MP43, etc. Similarly, for power spike reasons, get all of your troops to have semi-autos as soon as you unlock your first one on each campaign. Spend on explosive packs, but sparingly, only as and when you need them to give at least 1 to every troop. Once you have loads of spare silver weapon orders, you can get the big backpacks, axes, pistols and mines. Easy again, see? In conclusion, if you follow this advice, you should have no problem utilising your silver orders to maximum efficiency. I also think you will get more than enough silver orders over time for your needs, and now with the silver order rewards for battle XP. After completing one campaign, you will have many silver orders to use anyway on other campaigns, and you can easily get more by playing more with your new cool late game weapons on that campaign you did prioritise. I think too many other content creators complain about the lack of silver orders, which in my opinion is unjustified. If you are a half decent player, you will get more than enough. The only thing I understand a little that some say is that it takes too long to get some silver orders, which I disagree with on the whole, but for the very, very, very early game, I might just agree. But just play a few more games and you'll earn yourself more than enough if you're a half decent player, and the achievement rewards really help boost you in the early game anyway. That though is going to wrap up this video, and I hope it has helped you all, you enjoyed it and that you learned something new. If you guys want more in-depth tips on other topics, then slap a like on this video and comment telling me what you need some help with, and of course subscribe to the channel. But it's been a pleasure talking to you for what seems like a year at this point. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.